I just finished telling them that if y'all let him out, he's going to kill her.
The desperate words of a loving father pleading to anyone who would listen.
They caught this man red-handed, about to kill her. I mean, what more proof do you need?
Demanding that someone do something to protect his beautiful daughter and keep a monster hell-bent on harming her behind bars.
This beating that she took, it really messed her up.
But his words would fall on the court's deaf ears, and the ex-boyfriend accused of doing this and this is released from jail without warning.
Air 4.
On the run and with a mission to do it all over again. The justice system that freed him failed over and over to protect her.
I was wondering, where's my sister? What's wrong?
And her family's biggest fear turns out to be an unthinkable reality.
He took a whole lot away from us.
I just remember when they finally zipped her up in the body bag, was the last hug I gave her goodbye.
Would you say that everyone who failed Lauren and failed your family to some degree has blood on their hands?
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Mississippi surgeon Lance Johansen and his wife Tamala will never forget the day their eldest daughter Lauren was born.
I got to the hospital about 15 minutes before Lauren was born. I told her doctor, I said, thanks for watching her for me, but I'm delivering the baby, so get out of the way.
Their new bundle of joy arrived straight into Lance's hands, changing their family forever.
She always was just so right there for everybody.
As the family expanded, Lauren became a loving and caring big sister.
She was like a mother, a sister, and a best friend to me.
Then the stunning straight-A student caught the eye of a star football player from a different high school, Bricen Rivers.
They went to prom together.
That was the first time that they had a date, I think.
It almost sounds like this is the beginning of a lovely romance.
I think that this would be the stereotypical thing you would think from someone in high school. But the first time I met him, I didn't like him. He got her hooked on drugs when she was in high school, and she went from a straight-A student to not making good grades. We had to work really hard to get her off of drugs.
The hard work paid off. Lauren got back on track after dumping Bricen. He was arrested for drug possession and DUI. She started to focus on a career in nursing. But starting over was not as easy as she had hoped.
So now she's at school.
Yes.
He's stalking her, harassing her.
And he would call her and say, I'm going to kill your dog if you don't let me in. Crazy things like this.
Crazy. But her parents say Lauren would hide much of what was happening until one day when little sister Katie was visiting.
I was in her kitchen. She was in her bedroom. And I saw Bricen at the top of her stairs looking in through her balcony windows. And she saw him too, and I was like, Lauren, you cannot lie. Like, I know you saw that. And she was like, yeah, we need to get out of here.
Her father was worried, but nothing would prepare him for a trip Lauren took with a group of friends to Nashville.
She told me that there was 2 groups of friends that went there, and that he was with the other group, and she didn't know he was with the group.
Bricen was with Lauren and became jealous after she talked to another guy in a bar. Then Dr. Johansen's phone rings.
Maybe 1:30 in the morning, Bricen's father said that Bricen's trying to kill Lauren.
But how does he know that Bricen is trying to kill your daughter?
They were in the car, and he was talking to his mother while he was beating on Lauren.
Shocked, Dr. Johansen used a location app to find her, immediately giving cops the coordinates in Nashville.
The officer that got her out of the car said that he was on top of her, beating her. There was blood everywhere. She was screaming and yelling.
Bricen's control and stalking had now turned into pure violence. Lauren Johansen, desperately fighting off her ex-boyfriend to save her life.
They said they got to the car and she was screaming and yelling.
When Nashville cops finally locate Lauren's car, they find her with ex-boyfriend Bricen Rivers.
He was going to kill her that night.
Responding officers see a severely beaten Lauren running away from the car. She's extremely emotional and asking for her father, who is driving 7 hours to Nashville.
If they hadn't got there, she would have been dead.
Beaten for over an hour, her eye was swollen shut. A pistol used to hit her was covered in blood. The heartbroken father took these photos of his daughter in the hospital.
I love my daughter so much, I'd have done anything to help her.
Bricen Rivers was immediately charged with 3 felonies for kidnapping and beating Lauren. He was locked up on a $250,000 bond. Finally, Lauren was in the safety of her Mississippi home with family. And now Dr. Johansen had another nagging feeling. In court, he begged the judge not to let Bricen out of jail on bond at all.
I sat there with the judge and I told her that this man hit her over 100 times, that if y'all let him out, he's going to kill her.
At that moment, did you think that they had heard you about what a danger it would be to release this man?
When I left there, I felt confident that they were going to keep him there.
But what happens next is a series of events that are beyond comprehension. Judge Cheryl Blackburn lowered Bricen's bond to $150,000 with strict conditions. He was required to have GPS monitoring, only allowed to be released between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., forbidden from having any contact with Lauren or any witnesses, and he was not to leave Davidson County in Tennessee. There was just one problem.
So when he was released from jail,
Yes.
no one notified you?
No one notified me.
And one by one, that problem would soon grow to many. Everything the judge put in her orders was apparently ignored. Bricen was released 5 minutes after the imposed time at 4:05 p.m. Because of that, the monitoring company in the order was closed. While another company was able to install an ankle monitor, the new company did so without having the judge's orders. So shockingly, Bricen had listed the Johansen family home in Van Cleve, Mississippi as his address. Remember, he was ordered to stay put in Nashville and away from Lauren.
The judge makes this terrible decision, but all the people from the top to the bottom, nobody in this system was able to even enforce what the judge did.
Bricen immediately made his way to Mississippi, nearly 500 miles away. 5 days after his release, the courts noticed his ankle monitor was malfunctioning. Bricen was ordered to return to Tennessee for a new one. When he arrives, surveillance cameras show he's driving Lauren's SUV. Earlier that morning in Mississippi, a friend wakes up Lauren's sister.
And he was like, hey, where's Lauren? And I said, I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, Lauren's not here.
Then a voicemail left for Dr. Johansen, a gut-wrenching message from the district attorney's office in Nashville.
Bricen Rivers was released from custody, and he has not been heard from, so I want to make sure that Lauren is safe and that you all take proper precautions.
The battery in Bricen's ankle monitor died.
It's bad enough that he's released, but they don't even know where he is.
Right. I mean, it's just disgusting.
A manhunt is ordered to find Bricen, and soon Lauren's car is tracked to a cemetery about an hour from Biloxi. Search teams capture Bricen, who was hiding in the woods about a mile away. But at the cemetery, a horrifying discovery. Lauren's badly beaten body is found in the back of her SUV.
I was like, this can't be low. This can't be Lorelai. Like, this isn't her. She's stronger than this.
I just remember when they finally zipped her up in the body bag was the last hug I gave her goodbye.
I'm just trying to picture how a man who holds his baby when she's born
Yeah.
can hold his baby when she's murdered.
It was really tough.
Lauren Johansen was laid to rest on July 13th. Her family still reeling over the loss of their beautiful Lauren.
It's been real hard to know that I wake up every day and she's not there.
And the extreme failures that helped contribute to her murder.
She thought she was free, and whatever these people did in Nashville to let her out ruined her life and our life.